Good morning, everyone. Thank you for enduring this morning's weather. My name is Dave Forster. I'm the president of the Canadian Crime Stoppers Association. On behalf of Crime Stoppers of York Region and the CCSA, I'd like to bring greetings from the 87 member programs that serve every community across Canada. January in Canada is Crime Stoppers Month, and communities all across this country are doing things within their communities to recognize the role that Crime Stoppers plays in keeping our communities a safe place to work, live, and play. Our theme for 2026 is Safe Streets, Strong Communities. Together, we can stop crime. Before I get underway, I just want to recognize a couple other individuals that are with us this morning, in addition to our guests of honor. We have Deputy Chief De Silva, Superintendent DeShang, and Superintendent Kilby. Thank you for joining us. I'll ask the media at the end. We'll have a designated microphone for any questions, and you'll be guided to that at the appropriate time. I'd like to do the land recognition next. In the true spirit and intent of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action, we acknowledge the land we are gathering on today is the traditional territory for many First Nations, including the Chippewas of Georgina Island and the Mississaugas of the Credit. These lands are now home to many diverse Indigenous peoples. We also acknowledge that York Region falls under Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Williams Treaties with several Mississaugas and Chippewa First Nations. I would like to acknowledge their contributions to Turtle Island in the traditional ways of knowledge, medicine, technology, and so much more. For all of that, we give thanks. I'm very happy this morning to be joined by Deputy Chief Ryan Hogan of York Regional Police. I thank him for the support that he offers our program, in addition to the support of the women and men of York Regional Police that make Crime Stoppers of York Region the success that it is. So if I can ask Deputy Chief Hogan to join us.
Well, good morning, everyone, and Dave, thank you again for your kind introduction. I would also like to thank all of you joining us here at York Regional Police this morning at our headquarters as we mark Crime Stoppers Month. This year's theme is Safe Streets, Strong Communities. Together, we can stop crime. At York Regional Police, we are immensely proud of our partnership with Crime Stoppers of York Region. As investigators, many of which you'll see in the back of the room here today, we know that Crime Stoppers is an invaluable program, an invaluable resource, in fact, helping police solve crimes through anonymous tips recognized through cash rewards. We rely on the members of our community to help us by proactively reaching out to the police when they have information related to criminal activity. The police cannot do this alone. It is a shared responsibility that we all undertake. And as part of that, that is why York Regional Police works tirelessly in our communities, committed to building bridges with our communities, our businesses, our youth, and of course with partner organizations to make our region even stronger. This press conference, like those in the past, marks a positive start to the beginning of each year. And now in 2026, as we start out the year, together we are delivering a clear and strong message that when it comes to fighting crime, York Regional Police and Crime Stoppers of York Region are committed to making York Region a safe place to live, work, and play. We are united in our commitment to public safety, and we are united in our commitment to holding offenders accountable. On behalf of Chief Jim McSween and our executive leadership team, and Deputy De Silva, who's present with us here in the room, and all members of York Regional Police, I would like to thank the following people. Mr. Dave Forster, as you've heard from this morning, the president, in fact, of the Canadian Crime Stoppers Association, who for the many years he has volunteered his time in support of this organization and in encouraging people to make regions and communities safer across the country. Of course, the chair of Crime Stoppers of York Region, Mr. Bill Snowball, who is with us, who has been committed to this program for many years and has been the chair of this organization for the past year. As well, behind the scenes, many dedicated volunteer members who sit on the board of directors of Crime Stoppers of York Region, some of which are here today. Thank you for your attendance. And of course, to our York Regional Police members, Detective John Netche and Detective Constable Steve Alexander, who work collaboratively with a dedicated group of volunteers to ensure our York Region Crime Stoppers program is one of the best in the country, if not the world. And I would be remiss if I didn't also acknowledge Mr. Mario Cordellucci, a board member with the York Region Police Service Board. We are very grateful for your attendance here today, joined, of course, by Mackenzie Ryan from the board. You know, York Region Police Service Board is one of the most supportive boards, I can say, in the country, who work tirelessly with our police service to provide us with the resources we need and the support we need to make sure that our police service is serving our community in the best way that we can. Thank you very much for your attendance here today. To speak more about just how effective our local Crime Stoppers program is, I would like to turn it over to Chair Bill Snowball to tell you a little bit more about the program. Sir?
Good morning, and thank you for the introduction, Deputy Hogan. Crime Stoppers of York Region began in March of 1986 and continues to be a powerful method of fighting crime by providing the community an anonymous way to relay information to the police. Today, Crime Stoppers of York Region continues to set the standard, not only internationally but nationally, and was formally recognized this year when they were awarded the most impactful Crime Stoppers program in the population category of 1 to 3 million residents. Along with the National Award from the Ontario Crime Stoppers Association, Best Video and Best Prints Awards. These honors reflect the dedication of our volunteers, partners, and law enforcement colleagues and reaffirm our commitment to innovation, excellence, and community safety. We would also like to extend our sincere thanks to the residents of York Region for continued trust and willingness to provide information and anonymous tips. These tips, combined with the professionalism and dedication of York Regional Police officers and investigators, and the ongoing support of our media partners, form a three-way partnership that is the foundation of Crime Stoppers' success. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Chief McSween and his executive command team for the continued support of the Crime Stoppers program. When the community, law enforcement, and the media work together, real and measurable results follow. The collaboration has led to significant investigative and impressive statistics, reinforcing the critical role each partner plays in keeping our community safe. In 2005, Crime Stoppers' 4,790 tips led to the following: 113 arrests, 94 cases cleared, 426 charges laid, property recovered of $586,104, 12 weapons seized, $4,844,385 worth of drugs taken off our streets, and rewards that were approved was for $24,900. Now, if you were in a business, and whether you look at the tips or the tips paid, I'd say it's a pretty good return on your investment, the Crime Stoppers program. I don't think anybody would turn it down. Finally, I'd like to remind everybody that Crime Stoppers is a volunteer-based program run by volunteers from within your community. I would like to introduce you to our board of directors, some of who are present here with us this morning. First Vice Chair is Lena Bajoni, Treasurer is Don McLean, Secretary Dave Forster, double hats with the Canadians. General Advisor is Bill Powell, and our directors are Leo Ralph, who's with us here today, Julie Provost, Adam Stock, Don Hawkins, Mike Malson, and Dave Plant, all of who volunteered their time generously. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thank you, Chair. As you've heard from our last two speakers, the Crime Stopper organization is comprised of volunteers from the community. We've long had to deal with the stigma of being a part of the police services, but we're not. We're a civilian-run organization that depends on the support of the communities, our corporate partners, our community partners, to do the work that we do. This is the 50th anniversary of Crime Stoppers 2026. For those of you that are familiar with our program, it actually was founded by a Canadian who was a detective working in New Mexico, was working on a murder of a young individual, exhausted all the resources, had a media background, went public with it, aired a reenactment, and within hours of the reenactment airing, information started to flow in, not only bringing forward the identities of the individuals that had committed the heinous crime, but also solving 13 other outstanding cases. So the foundation was born at that time, and here we are 50 years later. Sadly, Detective McAleese passed away just recently, a couple months back, but we did have the pleasure of meeting with him back in June of 2025. We take in about 500,000 communications each year in Canada, which is an awful lot of information coming from the public. Not all of that is of an investigative nature, but approximately 40% is. So it does provide good information, and when I mention law enforcement, we deal with all aspects of law enforcement, not only the police, but other areas of investigative services as well. I'd next like to call on Detective Sergeant Mike Cook from our homicide unit to discuss some 2025 cases that he would like our assistance with.
Morning, everyone. Thanks for coming, and thanks to Crime Stoppers for having me today. I have 3 cases I want to present today where we're looking for help from the public. We would love people to come forward and provide witness statements to us, but I understand circumstances are different for different people. And if you feel like you can't provide a statement or you have any information that might assist us, then please provide a tip to Crime Stoppers. It could greatly enhance our ability to fight the crimes that we're looking to solve. First up on the list is Catherine Bergeron Pinzeroni. On August 8th, 2024, at approximately 6 a.m., York Regional Police were called to a local hospital in the city of Richmond Hill after a victim arrived suffering from a stab wound. The victim was pronounced deceased a short time later. The victim was identified as a 16-year-old male youth from the city of Montreal. Through investigation, police have identified Catherine as a suspect. She's 28 years old at the time and from Mississauga, who is wanted on a Canada-wide warrant in the first for second-degree murder. She is described as a female, white, 5 foot 1 inches tall, 120 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. The suspect is known to reside in Ontario and Quebec. If seen, do not approach her, rather call 911 immediately. The suspect is encouraged to seek legal counsel and turn herself in. Anybody here today or watching, recognize that description, like appearance can change. Her hair could be cut, could be dyed. You might have seen her in passing somewhere. She is somewhere, and I'm hoping with the help of the public, anonymously or otherwise, that she'll be looking over her shoulder. We really need the help of all communities to help find Catherine, and that's what I'll say on that. Next one, please. On August 31st, 2025, multiple suspects attended a residence in Kleinburg within the city of Vaughan in the middle of the night and committed a home invasion. The victim, Abdul Alim Farouki, was fatally shot during the incident. 2 suspects have been identified. One has been charged with first-degree murder, and there's also a warrant in the first out for a 16-year-old male youth who can't be identified today, but has previously been identified. Other suspects involved in the murder also remain unidentified. Investigators are seeking information that would assist in identifying and arresting additional suspects involved in the home invasion. One of the suspects that has been charged with first-degree murder is Amir Wahim Mohammed Abu Hamid. Someone watching this may know who that person is. Simple information, like some of his friends or associates around the time of this murder, we would appreciate that information. Anybody who has information on anybody involved in this crime, please provide us with a tip. On August 26, 2025, Devane Francis, 41 of Toronto, was murdered at a commercial premise near Jane and Langstaff Road in Vaughan. previously, we had released that a 2016 white four-door Honda Civic was involved in the crime. Today, we're releasing another image of a vehicle, which is a 2010 Dark Infinity SUV that we also believe is related to the murder. What I want to draw everyone's attention to in this photo, this is the dark vehicle you see here, the SUV, is a 2010. Looks pretty good for the age. But very importantly, there's chrome on this vehicle and a small chrome piece near the front doors of the vehicle and the front quarter panel. This is unique to a certain number of years of this model of vehicle. You may have seen this vehicle somewhere, parked in a, by the way, both vehicles were stolen and recovered, but you may have seen this vehicle parked in an apartment building, parked in a driveway near where you live. Many people know what their neighbors are driving. If any of this information or any information related to the murder makes sense to you or sort of bringing back a memory, please provide us with a tip. We would like to get more information to help solve this crime. I guess on a final note, in my career, I've probably reviewed more than 1,000 Crime Stoppers tips. I sent them to other people for investigation. I've never actually had a chance because I don't know who these people are. But to everybody that's provided a tip to Crime Stoppers, thank you. It's making a massive impact. I've seen the impact myself many times over. And to anybody who's listening or watching, just know that we take this stuff very seriously, and I thank you and hope that you commit to providing tips to us going forward, because truly, I've got one set of eyes and one set of ears, but if we had the million people plus of York Region who were helping out the police, we would solve a lot more crime and we would make the community a lot safer. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, D.S. Cook. I would like to announce at this time that Crime Stoppers of York Region will be offering double rewards to help bring justice to these three cases that you've heard Mike go over here. Any information that will be received, we offer cash rewards for information that leads to successful arrests or convictions, and we look forward to receiving information from the public to assist in these three cases. You heard me mention earlier our dependence on the community for their support. One of our primary functions is to create education and awareness. And to that point, we spend a lot of time working with youth. And I'm very pleased to announce on February 25th of this year, we will be hosting our 18th annual Crime Stoppers Symposium for secondary school students in York Region. We do this in conjunction with the separate and public boards. It's a great one-day event. This year's topic will be the real cost of fake, don't bet on crime. We have law enforcement experts and industry experts that will deliver inspirational and thought-provoking messaging on the cost to society when purchasing illicit and counterfeit goods, its association with human trafficking, organized crime, and terrorism. Students will see the role that they can play in helping to reduce these illegal activities and utilizing tools such as Crime Stoppers to assist in doing that. In addition, we run a poster campaign and a video campaign, and students that are successful in their submissions will receive cash rewards in the amount of $500. It's a great event. I encourage our friends from the Police Services Board to attend as well. It's greatly well received, and the enthusiasm that comes out of that day is just spectacular. So with that, as I mentioned earlier, we will take questions from the media at the designated microphone. I would like to thank everyone for being here today. We thank you for your support, to our distinguished guests for their ongoing support as well. And we look forward to a very successful 2026 and a safe 2026 in York Region. Thank you. Any questions of our guests? Oh, they're going to get off easy. Okay, thank you.